Do you know how you'll get people interested into watching the rest of your show after the first episode? By making it exciting, obviously. Attack on Titan did it, One Punch Man did it, hell, even fucking Sword Art Online did it. However, creators of Haito, Gensou, and Grimgar wanted to be unique and special and make themselves feel artsy, so decided to complete 100 of those anime and bring us what can only be described as the most boring first episode of anime ever in the history of animation. Why is it boring? Let's find out. The show opens up with a set of main characters fighting a goblin and having a hard time. Wait. That's not really what's happening, right? I mean, I don't want to be mean to goblins or anything, but if you ever played a single RPG in your life, goblins are those monsters that you beat within first 2 levels that require as much tactic as making a fucking boiling water. Hell, in most RPGs, you'll be farming these fuckers in dozens on your own. And I get what they're trying to do with the idea behind it. Really, they want us to realize just how weak and pathetic and just weak. No, anyway, that's not how you're supposed to make your characters. Just how weak the main characters are, but this isn't fucking weak. Being unable to defeat the fucking goblins doesn't qualify as being weak. It qualifies as being the weakest piece of shit that's ever been born.
ゴブリンって俺たちよか強くね?
Why is everyone so fucking stupid?
Anyway, after that boring phase is over and the thoughts on just how shitty this thing actually is start creeping in, we get some boring interactions between main characters that are supposed to set up their personalities, I think. In reality, though, it's just boring dialogue that's full of, oh, we're so poor because we're so weak, we need to get stronger, expositional lines. It's pretty much impossible to take them seriously. After that, we get the backstory on how they've been thrown to this world and, for convenience sake, obviously, don't remember anything before waking up in a random tower. Then this and that happens and they become volunteer soldiers and they decide to join the random guilds and they begin training. Yes, you heard that right. They actually train with masters, yet, still, get shit-faced when faced with goblins. Oh my sweet god. I'm gonna skip all this boring exposition part and come to the last few minutes of the show. Enjoy fan service as much as the next guy. You know, tasteless jokes about tits, a few panty shots here and there, maybe even a side boob if we're lucky. But if you devote 3 minutes of your show to discussing a single girl's tits and whether she's fat or not, oh my god, what the actual fuck? Did someone seriously think that this scene would be interesting? Not only is it awkward, not because of the subject matter, but because of the execution.
いいのかよそれで。
善人ぶってんじゃねえぞ春広。お前もさっきシホルの胸に目をやったよな。見てたぞ。バッチリ見てたぞ俺は心の目で。
心の目なら見えてないだろ。
私はそんな。
It seemingly has no flaw to it, it's just fucking boring. They could have literally removed the scene from the show completely, and you know what? It would have made for a far better episode. It literally felt like they had 3 minutes to fill in and decided to do the most boring thing ever. How the fuck can you make the talk about nice pair of tits boring? What's wrong with your goddamn head?
とこ悪いんだけど、そろそろ行こうか。日が暮れると危ない。本当に真っ暗になるしね。危険なモンスターも出るから。
Anyway, that was the first episode of Haito, Gensou, and Grimgar. For the life of me, I can't understand just how could someone make such a boring first episode that not only doesn't warrant my interest in the future episodes, but that's also bored me to god fucking hell. It's filled with nothing but poorly executed action, exposition-filled dialogue, and awkward jokes that are just not funny. Will I watch the rest of the show? Probably. After all, I do like to torture myself, and anyway, whatever they actually do in the show will probably be far more interesting than my life. So, there's that. This has been Man of Commander Reviews. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, comment, like, subscribe, you know the drill, and see you next time.